Hi, this is Austin's Reviews. I'm Jeremy. I know it's starting to become a trend, but Austin won't be in this review. I read the book too fast, so he just gave me the go-ahead to make the review. I swear, he will be in one of these. Today, we're going to be reviewing He Who Fights with Monsters, Book 5 by Shirtaloon, also known as Travis Deverell. Wow, look, a book that's not part of the Amethyst series. Look at me go. I'm branching out. So this book was first published April 5th, 2020 by Aethon Books on Kindle. The Kindle edition is about 750 pages long. This book is interesting, primarily because it's not like it's a collection of chapters from Royal Road. What is Royal Road, you ask? Well, I got you. Royal Road is, from their website, Royal Road is the home of web novels and fan fictions. In our amazing community, you can find various talented individuals who write as a hobby or even professionally, artists who create art for them, and many, many readers who provide valuable feedback and encouragement. Great. Basically, it's a place where you can post your writings and such and have people read it. The internet. You know. Neat. Shirtaloon posts chapters of He Who Fight with Monsters on Royal Road, and eventually they're kind of collected by Aethon and Amazon, Kindle, all that stuff, collected into books, and then published. The book 5 is, I think, chapter 341, and I think he currently, as of this, has posted up to like 600 chapters, so it's lengthy. I think he has said that it's going to be like 12 like collected books. Yeah. So if you read this and are jonesing for more, you can actually just go onto Royal Road and look up He Who Fights with Monsters and continue reading. Neat. I'm reviewing book 5, which is midway through the series, so here's a little background on the series in general, just kind of like what it's about. Experience an isekai culture clash as a laid-back Australian finds himself in a very serious world. See him gain suspiciously evil powers through a unique progression system combined with cultivation and traditional lit RPG elements. Enjoy a weak-to-strong story with the main character who earns his power without overshadowing everyone around him, with plenty of loot, adventures, gods, and magic. Rich characters and world building offer humor, political intrigue, and slice of life elements along with lots of monster fighting and adventure. That's what you get when you read these. So this is the summary from Aethon Books. Jason has discovered that his homeworld is not what he thought. What's more, the rest of the planet is on the precipice of sharing his revelation. With magic on the rise and forces pulling him in multiple directions, Jason is faced with challenges greater than ever before. Even as his power reaches new and incredible heights, he's faced the realization that going beyond his best is still not enough. Yeah. I'm not going to summarize this actual book because it's pretty long, and I'm pretty lazy. Deal with it. Things I like about this book is like candy. It is sweet and fun. At least it is for me. It's a lit RPG and has all the trappings of that kind of genre. So I like video games, I like RPGs, I like progression systems, I love all of that kind of stuff. I love to see how the characters grow in power and get new skills. This is just more of that. This is that in literary form, and it's fantastic for me. It is very fun, and I like those kinds of things, and I just get more of it. So, awesome. I like Jason. He's a dopey, weird character. I love his Australian kind of vibes and styling and all the stuff. Shirtaloon is Australian, and you can tell. Jason really has that in his character, and it's great. There's a really good supporting cast, who they're all super unique, and at least in terms of their own powers, at certain points they can kind of blend in, or at least become weird analogs of Jason in certain regards. I'll get to that. I really, really love The magic and progression system, I think it's fantastic. It's really fun and really interesting. I think Shirtaloon did a really good job with how he has written it and all the things that go with it, because he has basically made the book to emphasize the magical and progression system of it. It's less of like a game or a movie. It is a very narrative kind of telling, and the progression system reinforces that, which is really, really nice. There's a lot of things to kind of like sink your teeth into, and I love it. I definitely have spent my fair time kind of daydreaming and fantasizing about what powers I want, how they could be combined, what they look like, all of these kinds of things. Just, it's great. There's lots of complexity and unique interactions between the magic and the progression system and how it kind of works, and I really enjoy it. I think that is one of the strongest parts of the book and of the series in general. I think the world building is good, but I think it's better in the earlier books, and I'll get to that in a little bit. My dislikes: it feels like this was written on a website. Oh look, it was. Like, some of the things will get repeated even though the reader already knows this information, and it can be kind of choppy. The chapters are pretty distinct, and they flow well together, but it is not the same. It's not the same as a full written kind of novel that is intended with that and written and edited in specific ways to have a very good flow. Because this is a Royal Road kind of thing, it doesn't flow as well and has some kind of choppiness to it. The writing itself isn't great. Shirtaloon isn't like the best writer, but it's good for the story that is being told and how it is being told with that lit RPG and all these kinds of things. The book itself takes place on Earth, but has additional secret societies and all that kind of stuff. It's fun, but I preferred the other books where Jason is actually isekai out to a different planet and deals with all of that kind of stuff and is more fantasy than being on Earth and dealing with secret societies and all of that kind of stuff. It's still good, I just prefer the other versions. As much as I like Jason and the other characters, they can be weirdly stagnant at sometimes. Like, problems or events will occur that should change these characters, and they do, but sometimes it feels like these characters kind of like oscillate back to where they were and just and oscillate. In addition, Jason can be super unlikable. I formulate my own opinion here, but I've looked at other people, and they absolutely abhor Jason. Like, oh, I hate this character. He's so badly written, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. He can be super unlikable. It super differs between person to person. Some people won't be able to get through the book because of Jason and all that stuff. I don't mind. He can be a dick and generally likable, but I can get past it and continue reading. There's enough for the book that I like that I can get past some of the things that I don't. The one of the other downsides, surprisingly, is the length. This book is really long, and it doesn't feel like it needs to be. Like, it could be condensed and done in a better way. Some of the times, I don't mind when it is this long. Sometimes I do mind when it is this long. This is one of those times. I feel like this story could be done more concisely in a better way. The score, for me, this is a 6.5. It's perfectly serviceable for what I wanted. I got enjoyment out of this book, and I know other people who have read it that crushed it the same amount of time that I did, and we've talked about it, and we like it. I know what to expect from this, so it worked for me. The characters, the progression, the world for the most part, and the story, awesome. It is exactly what I wanted. This book is not for everybody, and this is definitely evidenced by Austin's review. If he were here, he would give this like a 2.75. He would appreciate the lit RPG aspects, but dislike most everything else. Characters, the world, all that stuff, doesn't do it for him. And that just depends. Man, he's not even here, and he's a tough scorer. I really should have a talk with him about that. So, again, I like it. It's good for what it is. Not amazing, not terrible. You just have to try it. Related, there are tons of different things on Royal Road and even Kindle that are this lit RPG kind of styling. You have things like Beware of Chicken. Oh great, I was reincarnated as a farmer. Mother of Learning and Defiance of the Fall. I haven't read these, but I heard they're good. You can find them on Royal Road or on Kindle or on the internet. Browse it. You know how to... You're watching it. You know what you're doing. And so that kind of brings us to the end where we have Boosted. Did you like Kyle Higgins' run on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers like I did? Well, did you wish you had more stuff to read like that? Well, do I have the comic for you? It's Radiant Black. Oh my god. So Radiant Black is delightful, and I love everything about it. It follows Nathan, a failed writer who moves back home to live with his parents, but finds what looks like a mini black hole that grants him the ability to manipulate gravity. Sound neat? Well, it is. It's brilliantly drawn, and Kyle Higgins does a great job with the story. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. One more page. Like, you know, stuff like this. I can't see the camera. So, it's very nice. It is very well written and drawn. I'm excited to see where it will go from here. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Probably next time I'll be back to the Emerald Thesis series. I know you guys were just jonesing for it, but this book came out and I had to read it. Thanks. All right, bye.